Overnight, the global picture is being reshaped by the escalating U.S.-Israel-Iran conflict and its immediate economic spillovers, particularly energy. Iran's new supreme leader, Mujtaba Khamenei, has publicly framed the Strait of Hormuz as leverage, calling for it to remain closed and demanding compensation. Multiple outlets report tankers burning or trapped in the Gulf and growing risk to commercial shipping. The International Energy Agency is warning the war is driving an historic disruption to oil supplies, with global crude output projected to fall to its lowest level in 4 years. Markets are responding accordingly. Oil has surged, and Iran's military has explicitly linked regional security to the oil price, floating the prospect of $200 a barrel. A sustained shock of that scale would quickly feed into global inflation expectations, interest rate settings, and consumer confidence, with echoes of a 1970s-style energy squeeze. Strategically, the conflict is also becoming more internationally entangled. Reporting describes this as the closest U.S.-Israel war partnership in decades, with pressure on stockpiles and logistics. Separately, Israel's military has dropped prosecution of 5 reservists accused of the violent rape of a Palestinian detainee at SDD Taman, a decision drawing international scrutiny and adding to the broader contest over conduct, accountability, and legitimacy during wartime. Beyond the Middle East, China has approved an ethnic unity law requiring minorities to learn Mandarin from before kindergarten through high school, a significant policy development with implications for social control, education systems, and human rights monitoring. In Nepal, a rapper politician's party has won the election, reflecting a broader anti-corruption and anti-establishment mood. Turning to Australia, the war's politics are now landing directly in Canberra. The government has confirmed it will send a surveillance aircraft, missiles, and personnel to the United Arab Emirates as domestic debate intensifies about the scope and risks of Australia's involvement. This is becoming a major test of government messaging, alliance management, and parliamentary accountability, with flow-on implications for the Australian Public Service as agencies manage operational deployments, consular contingencies, and heightened security settings. Economically, the dominant near-term risk for Australia is imported inflation via fuel. With oil surging on Hormuz disruption fears, governments in Australia and New Zealand are moving to release additional oil to the market, while urging consumers not to panic at the pump. The key watch today is whether price spikes become entrenched and start feeding into freight costs and broader CPI, complicating the outlook for households and the Australian economy. In domestic policy, the Albanese government is also weighing property tax settings, with new reporting highlighting how housing tax breaks are distributed by area and income. A shift here would be politically sensitive and closely watched by markets given housing's outsized role in household wealth and consumption. On the local and community front, Queensland flooding has turned fatal. Police say 2 bodies found are those of missing backpackers near Gympie, marking the first flood-related deaths in the region. In the north, floodwaters are also driving safety concerns, including drinking water contamination risks and increased crocodile sightings, even as experts caution croc numbers have not significantly grown in more than a decade. In Western Australia's pastoral regions, drought-hit cattle producers are pleading for funding to transport hay stockpiled around 1,000 kilometers away, underscoring the logistics bottlenecks that can turn available supply into unusable supply. And in the Northern Territory, a Darwin-based soldier accused of assaulting and robbing a female colleague has been granted bail to travel to New South Wales, a case likely to draw attention to discipline and welfare settings within the defence community.